Please start with our introduction, please.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Rajesh, and hello, friends. Welcome to this webinar. And we welcome Mr. Prashant Upadhyay as well, who is our official representative for BHMS School at Switzerland. And he will be giving you the insights regarding the BHMS School, which is a very renowned and most famous school in hospitality and MBA programs. So let us go through the whole review and whole journey of what Mr. Prashant has to say and has to inform us. I'm sure you will come across many good probabilities and many good, career opportunities in future for yourself to, craft the future plan ahead. So also let me tell you, I'm Amita Menon, AIM Study Abroad, the director, and we are into this consultancy since last 5 years. So we are dealing into 25 plus countries and 500 plus educational institutions, giving the admission assistance and associated relevant services for the education abroad. We can give the best options and as per your profile, and the rest of the whole journey will be taken complete care by us. So please be with us, please stay with us, and please contact us and our team for any of your anxieties or doubts. Okay, so I hand it over to Mr. Prashant, who will be, of course, let me tell you about the today's agenda also. Before that, let me tell you about the management school, BHMS, which is a 21-year-old business school in Lausanne. And we can come across some opportunities where it will be a 6 months internship along with the course curriculum. It will be the part of your course. The placement probabilities will be are 99 to 100%, and Mr. Prashant will definitely cover up this point at the end. So we request you all to stay on, because the placement probabilities are the most important things which we will come across after having the best education in this school. As we all know, the college is giving us the quite high amount of scholarship. And the scholarship is ranging up to 7,000 Swiss franc. And that will be really a most important point to decide your plans ahead. The meritorious students will be getting the higher scholarship depending on your profile assessment. And as you see, the school is really giving you the well-balanced academic and education, practical education, the application-based education, which is the school important and known for. So if we see today's agenda, we will talk about why Switzerland and why BHMS in Switzerland, correct? And about BHMS, then the popular courses, the admission requirements, what admission requirements will be mandatory, and the relevant tuition fees, how can you get the tuition fees, and what are the ROI options, of course, because when the tuition fees we talk, we always speak in context with the future ROI and all this relevant to other probabilities, the USPs and future probabilities for BHMS, and followed by the last session as question answers. So let us go through this journey of knowledge, journey of best education in hospitality and MBA programs. And I hand it over to Mr. Prashant Upadhyay. Okay. So Prashant, you can please share your screen, or you can just, I will stop sharing this screen.
I think we can keep this screen as it is for now. Maybe towards the end, I want to show to the students and to everyone attending this webinar in the end, what are the placement opportunities that my students have taken up or we have given to them.
Okay.
So for now, this is okay. This is not a problem. You can keep the screen as it is with your PPT itself. So firstly, thank you, Mrs. Amita and Mr. Rajesh. And I'm really glad to be a part of this webinar with your team. And definitely, it's a pleasure for BHMS to be associated with AIM Study Abroad. You guys have great expertise, and you've been doing some good job for all the universities, and similarly for us as well. And it's a pleasure to be with you, to work with you, and definitely we would look forward for a longer association with you as well. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity to, of course, address the students. If not in person, definitely we have found out a way, which is a digital platform. And thanks for bringing me here and addressing to your team and definitely to the students. So, like you correctly said, BHMS is what we are known as, and we stand for the full form of BHMS itself is named as Business and Hotel Management School. When I say Business and Hotel Management School, we definitely have our expertise in hospitality, culinary, hotel management programs. But yes, we do not deviate from the fact that management is also one of the key, global business management is also one of the key sectors which the students want to learn. And having said that, we have programs in global business management as well. When I say this, Business and Hotel Management School, we have an open door. We have an open door for students from all walks of life. You can come from a BBA background or a BCom background, or after your 12th, you can enter into our Bachelor's Global Business. I will tell you how exactly we have the programs placed with us. So this session, to make it not like a very jumbled up or very confused webinar, I would divide this into 3 parts. The first part, I would cover up why Switzerland and why BHMS, plus the programs that we offer. The second part, I would be covering up, of course, the fee structure, the internships, the placement, and how we do it. Why we boast about our placements and internships so much. How are we able to do it so successfully throughout 21 years of the time when we are there in Lucerne? I would be telling you about that. And the third segment, of course, the visa application process, the admission process, the eligibilities. I would be telling you all that in the final stage as well. Starting from the first segment, which is about Switzerland. Switzerland, you all have heard, everyone has heard Switzerland with respect to just like a tourist country or a safest country to be there, to go there and to, relax yourself, spend a good holiday and come back. Very few of us would actually be knowing that Switzerland is known as #1. I repeat, #1 in hospitality. There is definitely a lot of good schools around the world, but when it comes to hospitality education and hospitality sector, Switzerland stands first in the world. And when I say this, why Switzerland? Of course, because of the safety, because of less population. Switzerland does not allow all the migrants to just come and, for no reason, just stay there and increase the population. They believe in a lot of safety. The second and the most important parameter why I say Switzerland is good for studies is the Swiss model, the Swiss education model. In Switzerland, as compared to other countries, which will have, there is nothing demeaning about other countries or any other universities. All the universities and the countries are very good. They're doing fantastic jobs. But Switzerland stands out and stands different in a way wherein the concept, the education model is very different, wherein every year, all my students who are coming to study with BHMS, they undergo every year for 6 months in class studies. The next 6 months is a guaranteed paid internship. And that remains for every student, no matter which stream you come from, no matter which program you're doing, A to Z, all the programs, 0 to 100, all the students that we have on the campus has to have an internship attached to the program every year for 6 months. That is mandatory. And we would be mentioning that on the offer letter as well that we give to every student. So Switzerland, definitely for the education concept that we have, the unique education concept that Switzerland has of 6 months study and 6 months guaranteed internship, safety, and because you work for 6 months, the whole world recognizes you very differently. I don't want to make this webinar like I'm here to sell BHMS. Believe me, I would term this, I hate selling programs. It's an education concept. I want to tell you what BHMS has to offer you. I want to tell you what would you benefit if you come to BHMS. I don't want to say, okay, this is what we've got in facts and figures, and then you start comparing with other colleges. That's not how I want it to be. Let it be very, very flat and clear about what we have to offer. So when I say BHMS, we have various programs ranging from bachelor's, which is a 3 years bachelor's program. Then in bachelor's itself, we have different specializations. Like I said in the beginning, we are a business and hotel management school. We have specializations in global business management. Number 2, in international hospitality management. Number 3, in culinary arts. Now, culinary arts is again a very, very flagship program. I would be covering up that segment as well with you in detail. But when I say 3 years bachelor's program, it is purely and simply every year, 6 months in class studies, and then you go for 6 months internship. The same you do it for every year. If you miss out on the internships, there is no possibility of saying, oh, I cannot do an internship. I don't want to do an internship. There is no not doing an internship. If you miss the internships, you simply miss your credits. If you miss your credits, then of course you miss your degree. And of course, nobody would want to afford that. So every year you would do a 6 months internship guaranteed by us. I don't want any of my students to go knocking the doors of the employers, presenting the CV. Sir, can I have a job with you? Sir, can I just do any kind of a job with you? Not like that. It is our responsibility. BHMS will take the responsibility to give you internships in every year. From first, second, third year, every year you would be given internship to us. The salary per month for 6 months, every year, is going to be $2,200 US. I'm saying US dollars because it's more familiar currency to everyone. Otherwise, in Swiss franc, it is 2190 Swiss franc. And generally, US dollars and Swiss franc would remain the same. It's just 0.5 paisa in Indian currency, which is the difference. So I say $2,200 US is what the student mandatorily have to earn every month, multiply by 6 months. So by the time when you complete your first year, you have 6 months of your internship with you, your work experience. And of course, the recovery is there for your investment. The same goes for 3 years. In terms of requirements, how you enter the bachelor's program with us, be it global business, hospitality, or culinary, it is purely and simply IELTS. IELTS of 5 band is what we require for any applicant to apply with us. But yes, there is a good news. If in this COVID situation, since all the centers are closed, mostly students are not able to take the IELTS exam, we are accepting MOI letter. If you can produce a letter from your school or from your college that your medium of instruction has been English throughout your studies, we are happy to accept you without IELTS. But that has to be from the school, from the college, on the letterhead of the college, and we accept you without IELTS. That's not a problem. Until January 2021 intake, because of this COVID. Otherwise, the first and the last requirement for any program with us is IELTS. Okay. Apart from IELTS, apart from the information about the eligibility, my students, when they pass out the bachelor's program, they don't just get 1 degree. They study in Switzerland, but they get 2 degrees. When they complete a 3 years program, they get a degree from Switzerland, which is BHMS degree, and they get a degree from Robert Gordon University, which is a UK degree. So they get 2 separate sheets of paper, not like a stamp on one sheet from BHMS degree and Robert Gordon is given a stamp. No, it will be 2 separate sheets of paper, 2 separate degrees for students. What that means, that qualifies you for UK education standard as well, even when you have not studied there. Plus, your degree is also valued in the entire United Kingdom, along with Europe as well. That is the benefit of giving the dual degrees in bachelor's. And apart from bachelor's is again like a 3 years program, we don't keep 4 years. After bachelor's, there are 2 main options for postgraduate. Of course, there is a postgraduate diploma as well, but then we have 2 main master's program with us. Number 1, Masters of Science in International Hospitality. Any master's program, the full form stands for MS, short form stands for MSc, and the full form is Master of Science. Most of you would be surprised at why am I saying Masters of Science. It is technically Masters of Science in International Hospitality Management. That is one specialization. Then it is Masters of Science in Masters of Science in Global Business Management as the second specialization. These are the 2 specializations that any student can choose for master's degree. The tenure of this program is 1 year. We don't, at BHMS, frankly speaking, we don't believe in a 2 years program. It's to us, we understand it as a waste of money and a waste of resources, waste of time. Because when you go to study a 2 years program, from our perspective, we feel that you spend a lot of time in your semester breaks, your summer breaks, your holidays and all that. So when you calculate the total number of studies that you do, months that you study, it's not more than 15, 16 months. So then you end up paying for 2 years of accommodation and 2 years of fees, but you've only studied for 1.5 years. That's why we keep a strict 1-year program, wherein again, the same concept remains. In this 6 months you stay in the college, in the campus, you do a 6 months in-class study with us. The next 6 months, again, we give you the guaranteed internship. And if you remember, like I mentioned in the beginning, A to Z, any program with us that you do will have a 6 months internship, guaranteed internship attached to it. Similarly for an MSc program as well. Only requirement for masters is IELTS of 6 band overall. Mind you, all these IELTS requirements are overall, so we don't have to really bother about band-wise or the sector-wise scores. So it is all overall scores. For bachelor's, it was 5. For masters, it is 6 band overall. Now again, in masters, we offer 2 degrees. One from Robert Gordon University, UK, and the second degree is, of course, going to be BHMS. These are the 2 degrees offered to every student, awarded to every student once you complete a 1-year program. Salary for, again, the internship remains the same. It is not something which is going to change for bachelor's or master's or MBA. I'll give you a reason in my next segment. After master's program, we come up with an MBA program. MBA, like I say, it's always a professional program. It's a very professional program. With us, any student who's passed out of bachelor's 2-3 years ago and have worked for maybe a family business or any company that he has worked for, any kind of exposure that he has in any part of the world, that will be 2 to 3 years of requirement for work experience to enter our MBA program. Usually the MBAs again would be 2 years, but for the same reason of saving time and saving investment, we keep it for 1 year. And that 1 year is again going to be clubbed with 6 months of internship. Now the questions will be coming up to me like, how can we complete an MBA program in 6 months? Once you do your bachelor's in hospitality or in any other segment, you already cover up the modules that you're going to repeat in your MBA. We don't want you to repeat, invest a lot of money to come to BHMS to repeat the same modules. There is no point in that. When you've already studied it in bachelor's, might as well come to us to study the fresh module. And after that, to apply those applications, the theoretical knowledge that you've gained in our classroom, we give you internships. That is how you complete your 1 year of MBA program. Similar to bachelor's and MSc, here also we award dual degree. And here, the degree would be coming from York St. John's University, UK. It's again one of the most renowned universities in UK, and the second degree would be from BHMS. There are certain modules which we cover up for UK universities in our on-campus BHMS modules. That's why we award 2 degrees as well. Same requirements, IELTS of 6 band overall is what we require. Dual degrees is what we offer. Only difference between MSc and MBA is of work experience of 2 to 3 years. After your bachelor's is completed, show us a work experience, you enter our MBA directly. That is how the master's program ends. The other programs that we have would be in postgraduate diploma in international hospitality, postgraduate diploma in culinary arts. Now this is again equivalent to master's program itself. But why it is called MSc and PG diploma with us is because some students might not have the same expertise in hospitality, might not come from the same background, which is the reason. We try to get them for the hospitality programs through postgraduate diploma in hospitality. And after that, you can expect the same kind of jobs, the same kind of internships that students of MSc or MBA would be getting as well. Having said that, postgraduate diploma in international hospitality is one. The other postgraduate diploma that we have is in culinary arts. So after bachelor's in culinary arts, whoever comes with some kitchen experience can do a postgraduate diploma 1 year program in culinary arts as well. But for that, we're very specific. We need to see some kind of experience in kitchen. That's how we allow the admissions to in the postgraduate diploma culinary arts. Okay, now when I say all these programs are, kind of in terms of internships and job, it's similar. The cost as well is near about similar. That's why we don't really discriminate that, okay, you can't do this program. Every profile is different. Please reach out to your team AM Study Abroad. They will guide you through how and which program you should apply, which program you would be getting through, how easy it would be to apply for a postgraduate diploma in comparison to MSc. They will be telling you that. Now, this completes my information about the programs that we offer. We're also looking at some online programs in this situation, but I don't really consider it as a permanent solution. It is just to, engage the students and, get the attention. We are having that kind of a, setup, which is going to be coming up very soon with us in online, but we're also introducing some short-term programs as well. We will be sharing the information with Team AM Study Abroad once we have it with us. Moving to the next segment, which I spoke about, internships and placement. Again, like I said, the students, they get internships through us. I have a team. BHMS has a team known as Masterworks. Masterwork has a full-fledged team who is connected. There are 1,800 to 2,000 companies who are globally who are connected with BHMS since around 21 years of the business that we are into right now. They are all recruiting students with us every year. Those companies are recruiting students with us. My team, Masterworks, selects the profile which specifically suits the profile that the recruiters come for. Now, there is a difference. Maybe the other universities would tell you, okay, you come to study with us, we give you job assistance. When it comes to job assistance, you would be either told to go for a job fair. You would be given, this is the job fair. You need to attend the job fair. You need to do your marketing and networking yourself. If you are lucky, then God is great. If not, then you are falling in trap. So that is why we take this responsibility again with us to give every pass out, be it bachelor's, master's, MBA, or postgraduate diploma, every student with us, they get a short job guarantee after the program. So once you complete the program, you don't have to really look around, okay, where will I find the job? Where can I go? How can I find a job? Then that chaos is already sorted by BHMS because your job, internship or job, both happens on our campus. So we would not be telling you, okay, for example, if I'm a student, my company would not be telling me, Prashant, you need to take a flight, you need to book your hotel. This is the interview scheduled for you. You need to go to London, for example, for an interview. And there you give your interview, you'll be there on your own cost. And when you're not even sure that you'll get the job or not, you spend around 60, 70,000 to go to that country to be there for the interview. We do it differently. We call all these companies, we give them career days. We tell them, this is the date on which you are supposed to come on the campus. You need to let us know in advance. The companies tell us, for example, a revenue manager's profile. They tell us well in advance, this is the profile I'm looking to recruit from BHMS. Then we scrutinize, we filter the students that we are there having on the campus. We filter that students list, and then we take out maybe 10 or 12 students max to max. From 100 students who are there on one program, we filter out to 10 or 12, and only those 10 or 12 students attend that interview for a revenue manager's profile. Similarly, for all the profiles that the companies come, they inform us, we filter and then send it. What happens is sometimes they come with one job offer, one job profile for revenue managers. And believe me, sometimes they've taken 2 students for the same role. They have taken 2 revenue managers from BHMS because they found 2 students to be different. Of course, they have placed both the students in different countries. For example, Shangri-La would be there in China. Shangri-La would be there in Dubai as well. They place both the students on the same profile in different countries. That is how it works with us. How we do it so successfully and why we boast about it is because of the number of intakes that BHMS has. For example, bachelor's, BHMS runs 8 intakes. So imagine if a college or a university has 1 intake in a year, you have 3,000 students studying in that 1 intake for September. Once you pass out in next September, 3,000 students for any college or university to place 3,000 students is not possible. And even if it is possible, the quality of placement is going to be a challenge. This is how we do differently. We have 8 intakes throughout the years for bachelor's, 4 intakes for master's, 2 intakes for MBA. Postgraduate diploma in culinary arts also has 8 intakes. So when we have 8 intakes, we divide 1,000 students who are on the campus with us. We divide 150, 200 students in every every intake. And when we divide 150 students, when they pass out in the rotation in next January, for example, or in next February, placing 100, 150 students is never a challenge. That is how we do it so successfully for all our students. And similarly, if we have 1,000 students on the campus, 500 would be on the campus. Another 500 is in the internship, because 6 months they complete it. The next 6 months they go for the internships. So on campus, you will have around 500 to 600, 700 students, not more than that, from around 80, 85 nationalities that we have students coming from. Europe, US, Thailand, Southeast Asia, Asian countries, India. India, we are looking at around 60, 70 students this year. Thankfully, thanks to COVID, otherwise there were some more number of students who were really interested, but they somehow, it is a change of plan for them because they are still kids. Anyway, so this is how we do the internships and the placements as well successfully. We get the internships for every student on campus. We get the job offers for every student. Let me tell you, the job offers for every student will never happen. We'll not tell you that, okay, you go back to your country, we will find out a job, you give in the interview, let's wait for the job offer. Once you get the job offer, then we go and do the job interview. No, the maximum you get the job offer and multiple job offers while you're on the campus. For example, if I'm completing my program tomorrow, I need to have BHMS, it is their responsibility. They will arrange for a job for me, job offer for me with any company in any part of the world, at least one day before I complete the program. If I'm completing tomorrow, by today, I need to have the job offer from the companies who are recruiting on campus from us. Yes, most of our employments happen, of course, in Europe, but beyond that, we are placing maximum, you'll be surprised, we place maximum students in US as well. US is our top priority for any placements after Europe. Europe, US, UK, Canada, Australia, Middle East, Jamaica, Mauritius. These are some of the countries which are there on my mind right now, and these are the countries which we are placing every student. I would be showing up some slides to you in the end when I complete the briefing. Then I'll be showing you where are my Indian students really working and on what job role are they working, which company are they working. We'll see that. Now, internship salaries, again, it is $2,200 US dollars per month for every student on an average. This we cannot deny. BHMS has to get it. Why? Because the Swiss government is also controlling this. And they have a strict law that any student who's studying in Switzerland in any school will have to get an internship. The job salaries are differing from college to college because of their relation with the companies. But yes, every student in Switzerland does internship. So this 2,200 is mentioned on the offer letter that you get, and it's a guaranteed one. The job salaries, the job offer, the full-time job that you do after the program, that would be somewhere near about 3,500 to, I can say, 4,500 or 5,000 US dollars per month to start your job. And some examples of my Sri Lankan students who, one Sri Lankan student, he's working on a cruise and he's earning around 5,500 US dollars as his first job offer. That's his first job to us, and he's earning around 5,500 US dollars in the culinary department there on the cruise, which is there running from Sri Lanka to US. That's how we focus on the job aspect as well. Moving to the third segment about how we accept the applications, what are the requirements, how does the visa shape up with us. Just like how we have the placement records of 99, 100%, I would still say, I know that it is 100% placement records for BHMS, but I would still say it is 95%. Question comes, why? 5% of the students, and believe me, it's mostly the Asian students who have this habit, wherein when we say that, okay, you have got a job in, for example, Dubai, or you've got a job, for example, in Jamaica, the students would become very demanding. And usually Asian students become very demanding. No, sir, I don't want to go to UK, to Jamaica, to Dubai. I'm going to wait for the job offer. What happens? The other person gets a job. You have missed the opportunity. And if you miss the opportunity, getting that opportunity back again is again a task for you and for us as well. So I would always say, be open to responsibilities that are given to you. Be open to the offers that are given to you. At least secure your job. Once you complete 1 year, You can always take an internal transfer. You can again reach out to us. You can always take an internal transfer in that company from maybe from Dubai to US, maybe from Dubai to Italy. Anywhere you can take a transfer, and that is more easy. That is one challenge, which is why I say 95%. Otherwise, I know it is 100%. Similar to this is our visa acceptance. We have a strong process. We have a team who scrutinizes, verifies all the documents that you submit. First verification of your visa documents will be done by your counselor, by team AM Study Abroad. Then they send it to us. We get it verified by our team. Once everything is through, we call you for the visa appointment. We book the appointment. BHMS books the appointment for every student. We call you for the appointment in New Delhi, which is our India office. There you come one day before, we check your file. We prepare you for the visa interview. We'll literally tell you what should you say and what you should not say. We are of course aware about some questions that are going to be generally asked in the visa interview. And based on your profile, we would tell you this is what you should say. That is why we have 100% acceptance for visa as well. We have a full-fledged streamlined process for visas. For application process, it's pretty much manual right now. The team has, AM Study Abroad has our application form. You can definitely contact Mrs. Amita, her team, Ms. Ashwati, Mr. Rajesh, and they will help you out how you can apply with us by filling up the manual form and giving us the basic documents of passport, CV, your Skype ID, if you worked anywhere, your experience letter, your transcripts, mark sheets. And yes, in this, I would like to say something about the mark sheets. Current situation has made it difficult for all the students who are passing out in this year. Do not worry. Your exams are pending. We know that you will be doing it by July or August. We don't want a degree certificate. Get a bona fide letter from your college that you are going to appear for this exam. You've been with so-and-so college for 3 years. You're going to appear for the exam. That's all we need. We can still get you through for the visas. Even if your degrees or mark sheets are pending, get us the bona fide letter. If your IELTS are pending, get us the MOI letter, medium of instruction letter. That is how we can start your application process. And then scholarships. This BHMS, you can research and you'll find out that we're not a college who would attract students on, huge scholarships. We want to give it on merit basis, and definitely we want to give it to every student, because the money that you save now is the money that you've already earned. This is what I feel. So if you're definitely applying with us, we can consider you for a scholarship up to 7,000 Swiss francs. Depending upon the program you apply for, we will consider you for a scholarship up to 7,000. I need to see your profile. I need to see your documents, and then I can give an approval on what scholarships we can offer you to your counselor, and they will then forward it to you. So once you submit the application form, we conduct an admission interview. We have a team sitting in Philippines. They will do an admission interview with you on Skype. Quick chat, 5-10 minutes. Why BHMS? Why Switzerland? What brings you to this hospitality sector? Similar interactions. And then you can just give some good answers about yourself. Then the team will give me the feedback about your application, about your visa interview. Once everything is fine, within 48 hours, you will get your conditional offer letter. When I say conditional offer letter, the condition is your document should be completed with us. The second condition is, this is when you will have the first monetary involvement. The second condition would be monetary involvement of confirmation deposit. Standard confirmation deposit that BHMS asks for after the offer letter is 1,500 Swiss franc, which is nearly about 1,10,000 rupees. That you have to pay once you get the conditional offer letter. Once you pay that much, then you get the confirmed offer letter from our side that you are accepted for so-and-so seat and so-and-so program. Now, again, in this situation, I can understand some of you would find it difficult that you cannot pay 1,500 Swiss franc upfront. Let us know. Let your counselors know. Let your agency know that you're facing some difficulties. I believe and I assure you, we will find out some ways to still consider you for the program, provided you're very serious about studying with BHMS. We're definitely looking at some good students, some serious students, because we want students to have their career sorted after they study with us. We don't want a student who just wants to come to Switzerland, spend some time, and then go back empty-handed to their parents, and then parents ask questions to us, what have you done to a child? There's no ROI, there is nothing. We want your career to start off after you finish your program with BHMS. Your ROI, believe me, it is not going to be more than 6 to 8 months once you complete the program. Why? Because 40 to 50% of your earnings, 40 to 50% of your total investment that you do will be covered within your internship itself. So coming to the cost of the program, average cost of all the programs, I will give you average because for all of you to remember all the fee structures will be difficult. So average fee structure inclusive of your accommodation, your food, Monday to Friday, 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Saturday, Sunday, you get 2 meals. 2 meals, why? We keep one brunch and we keep a dinner. Most of you, after Friday, you're all free. You might not be there in Switzerland. You might not want to wake up early in the morning at 7 to come down in our full-fledged restaurant that we have on the campus. You might not want to get up early in the morning. We understand that. That's why we keep brunch and dinner for Saturday and Sunday. And I know, and I believe most of you, once you're there on the campus, you will not stay in the campus on Saturday, Sunday. You're all free. We don't, keep restrictions. We don't bind the students on the campus. You are free to take trains from Lucerne station, which is 5 minutes walking distance from our campus. You can just walk 5-7 minutes. You'll find Lucerne main station. You take a train. My students do that. You take a train. You can go to Italy. You can go to Paris. You can go to Germany. You can go to Amsterdam, for example, for a weekend, and then you can just have a cup of coffee. But yes, Sunday night you have to be back. Monday you cannot miss the lectures. We don't compromise on the education. You're free to do whatever you want on the weekend. Monday you have to be in the classroom. And yes, you spend a lot of money that you, of course, when you'll be going out, you'll be spending money. But my students, they keep all the salaries of their internship aside. They earn a lot of tips. They earn a lot of incentives and bonus that they are spending on the, whenever they go out of the Switzerland or whenever they go out of Lucerne, they're spending that money. So when I say in earnings, 40-45% you earn from your total cost, which is 23-24 lakhs in Indian currency. And that includes your stay, your food, laundry, Wi-Fi, all the other expenses, your medical insurance, visa fees, excursions, your tuition fees. Everything is included in this 23-24 lakhs. And out of this, I of course consider students for some scholarships. We can try and bring it down to a substantial amount, which would be affordable. Most of you would be having questions that, oh, I think it's too expensive. Why is Switzerland so expensive? I can give you assurance and I can tell you it is not expensive. Why? All the top universities around the globe will charge you around 13, 14, 15 lakhs just the tuition fees. And for example, UK, if you go to UK, 10,900 to 12,000 pounds is what you spend only on accommodation, which is around about 9 lakhs or 10 lakhs there. This is just the accommodation. And then you spend around 4 to 5 lakhs in your 1 year, maybe a 3-4 lakhs in your 1 year of all the other expenses, including food, laundry, other expenses, blah, blah expenses that you have. So 14-15 lakhs of your tuition fees, 14-15 lakhs your additional makes up to 30 lakhs. And then what do you have? You don't have any guarantee of internship. You don't have any guarantee of jobs. With BHMS, 15 lakhs of your tuition fees, we charge you not more than 4 to 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs for all the other expenses. And you get A to Z, everything covered. Now, my second point is why it is not expensive. In this, you recover around 8, 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs during your internship itself in 6 months. So how much you're left with? 11 lakhs or 12 lakhs to recover. And for that, we are giving you a job guarantee. And when I say a job guarantee, you recover your remaining 11, 12 lakhs, which is going to be in not more than 8 to 10 months, 6 to 8 to 10 months, not more than that. Because we know what is the package that the students are getting. It's not more than 6 to 8 months or 10 months. Your parents would be happy. You would be happy that you started your career after your studies. You have a job for yourself. You have recovered your investment. If you want to come back to your country, you can come back, freely and with all the money that you've saved. You can come back. Or if you want to, of course, continue working there, you need to perform. If you're performing, your company will retain you. If you're performing, your company will give you transfers and escalations in your designations in your organization structure. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you about BHMS and what we have to offer with programs, with careers, with internships, with the salaries that my students are getting, and why Switzerland and why Luzern. My campus is located in the city center. This that you see behind me is Luzern. We are located in the city center around the lake itself. All the colleges that are in Switzerland or in Luzern are, believe me, are 1.5 hours away from the city center. And that adds on to your cost. If you want to come to the city center, you need to spend around 100 euros minimum one way to come to the city center to buy something that you want and then go back to your campus. Here, my students step down from the campus accommodation. They walk out 5 minutes. They find everything around them. They go back to the campus, have a peaceful life, study, not waste their time in traveling and taking public transport and all that stuff. That's why the location is going to be very, very, very particular for you. You don't realize it initially, but when you're there in this country, then you realize what have you lost or what have you gained by being in the city center. So I think that's all I have to cover up for BHMS. I would definitely want to show you something that my students are really doing in terms of the placements and where are they working. So allow me a minute. I'm just connecting it to the slides, and then I can show you what my students are exactly doing. In the meantime, maybe Ms. Amita, you can take over and brief them about something. In the meantime, I'll just get the slides there.
Sure, Mr. Prashant. It was really wonderful, and we are still waiting for more. Something very interesting about how your students have got the placements and what are the privileged postings they have got. So
right.
I think we can go ahead. So you are already sharing, correct?
Is my screen being visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So like you can see, these are some of the Indian students. Of course, there's a long list. If I go on to put everyone in the PPT or the PDF, it's going to be very, very time consuming, and I don't want to bore the attendees who are there on the call. So yes, this is Sarabjit, and he's from northern part of India, and he's working with, you can see, Mandarin Oriental Hotel. He did our culinary program, and now he's working as one of the as one of the assistant chefs in Switzerland itself, in this which is in Geneva, this Mandarin Oriental Hotel. Similar to this, you can see Logan, who did our bachelor's in culinary arts. He's working in one of the 4-star hotels in Switzerland. Snigdha, again in Hilton's, she did her MBA in hospitality management. She's working in, basically she started off with managing a team of employees who were taking care of marketing. Now she escalated to another department as well. Culinary students, MSc International Hospitality. Mount Titlis is where we try to place most of the Indian students. Mount Titlis is very famous in Switzerland. Whenever a tourist is going to go, definitely they would go to Titlis. Why we want to place students, especially for internships in Titlis, is because the tourists are in huge numbers, and they give a lot of tips to every staff who's working there, and which is, believe me, it is not less than $100, $120, $80 per visit of one staff, of one guest. So if you're working for that particular restaurant from morning for 8 hours, you can imagine how much you will earn towards the end of the day. It is going to be, of course, more than what you earn in your salary. That's why I said my students keep aside their salary and spend on alcohol, beer, coffee, spend on gifting their girlfriends and everything. They spend the money that they earn from here. This guy is working in US, like you can say, the US placements are also there. Like I said, Switzerland, he's working as an internship. Internships, we try to give the students in Switzerland and in US because some of them, they want to work as a full-time employee in US as well. If they have done a 6 month internship with a US company, the next full-time job employment becomes very easy. In most of the cases, the same company has converted the internship into the full-time job. That has happened. And in some cases, if the student have not worked in the same company as a full-time employee, we have easy immigration, which is because they have done an internship in US. We give them easy immigrations to a job in US as well. She is a bachelor student from Dubai. She's never stayed in India, but she's an Indian by nationality. She's born there in Dubai, and one of the very bright students. She just completed her bachelor's, and she's got a placement in US itself. She's going to be working in US. She did her internship with Taj Lands in Mumbai itself. Now she's being placed in a US company, in a US hotel. Similar to this guy as well. They both have been recruited in US itself. Like I said, Jamaica, Caribbean countries as well are there who are recruiting our students. They all come on our campuses. None of the students have to go to these companies in their office in these countries. They have to come mandatorily on the campus. It is our self-respect and our value that is going to demean if my students have to go around and ask for jobs. A lot of students are there. I really don't want to, go into deep diving into a lot of, slides there, because that would be a lot of time investment. So yes, the students are getting placement is what I want to show, and they're getting various kinds of placements. What I would expect from all my Indian students to do is be on the campus. Once you're there on the campus, after 1 or 2 months, start interacting with the masterwork cell. Because when you're interacting with the masterwork cell, what happens is they know you from day one. So irrespective of some of the students who go towards the end in last week of completion of the program, Simon, who is the placement head, might not have any idea about your personality. Where will he place you? But if you're in touch with him throughout, then he knows this is the personality of the person. He would be suiting for this particular role. Let me put him for this job interview. That is how it goes. That is what I expect for all the Indian students. So that completes my entire session on the BHMS and the offerings that we have. Definitely, we are looking forward to have some good and the students who are really looking for careers in business management and also in hospitality management. They are more than enough, and they are most welcome to BHMS. We assure you of your career throughout. We will get you your first career job. You will be through in the market. You don't have to struggle to find a job for yourself in any part of the world. If you are a BHMS student, we get you your job. We give you the quality education with dual degrees is what we have to offer. Thank you very much for hearing me out and spending time with me here to see all the slides that I have to show and to listen to my information. If anyone has any questions, you can definitely ask me.
I think so, yes, the questions are there. So first, Ashwati, can you conduct the polls right across?
Yeah, sure, sir. Okay, so I have started the poll.
Yeah, students, actually, this is only for our information and study, that what you require for our next webinars, because in this times, COVID times, we are definitely doing our best and conducting a lot of webinars with university representatives so that you get good insights. And wow, today was a very good insight about BHMS, because everybody is looking for either a PR or a job placement guarantee. What Prashant has told us, I mean, that is fantastic. A job is guaranteed over there. And this is a fantastic hospitality industry, which a lot of people are doing.
Allow me to say, I really want to add, definitely you put it right that students are looking at PR, students are looking at stay back options. It's a good move. You should look at something which is long term. But you need to understand the money that you've invested, it is not less. It is 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. You go to any university, in the end of the program, you will end up spending more than this. But if you don't have a job, if you don't have any ROI, if you don't have a job for yourself, mind you, career job. Job is different. You can just fill your pockets with your job. But if you have a career job, it is in what stream that you've studied. If you have a job for yourself, you have your earnings, you have a career for yourself, and you have a stay back option automatically guaranteed in that particular country. Other than that, if you just have a plain stay back or a PR, you need to find yourself how you can, you need to find yourself a job for yourself. So it's not an easy task when you go abroad to find a job. Very, very, very difficult.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very true, Prashant. Very true, Prashant. Rightly said. And you said it that, of course, the placement and ROI, both the things are very important after having a good education. Education will be good everywhere. Education will be costly up to this mark, 10 to 20 lakhs. Absolutely. We agree. We believe. Both the things are having its equal importance. The PR, the stay back options are Definitely. Also equally in importance. But at Definitely. The same time, what BHMS is offering with the, sure internship. And you rightly said that your students don't have to go and beg and seek outside or search outside, who will give me an internship. You all are keeping him ready and you all are giving him all the services at, at his convenience, as per his profile, as per his capacity and skills. You judge it at the college level and you all offer him the internship. So this is a very good facility which the students are getting. Mainly the placements, because students are usually worried about the placements, and placement may, if they are getting more than the salary, of course it's a icing on the cake. And yes, definitely. And main thing is ROI. So ROI should be, within a reasonable time, and students should have that confidence of future continuation and further prospects. So it's a very good prospects, and we are really happy to hear, and students can definitely take their future ahead and career plans ahead. Ashwati, have we finished this?
Yes, okay. Ma'am. We have ended the
poll. You can just take it away. Yeah, you can just take it away. Fine.
Yes.
So, Rajesh sir, we are going for the question answers. Yes.
Yes. Can I take up the question answers, Prashant?
Yes, sure, please.
Yeah. As it is mixed, some are in the chat box, some are in the Facebook, my messages, this thing. So I'll try to, give it to you one by one. You can answer it.
Certainly.
The first, the option is this 25 lakhs or 24 lakhs, 23 to 25 lakhs, which are told, it is for a duration of 2 years, or it is, how much period is that?
Okay, so this is a 1 year. If you come for any program, you come for bachelor's 3 years, it will be every year 23, 24 lakhs in total of everything inclusive. First years, then second year 23, 24, third year similarly. If you're coming for master's or an MBA, which I said is a 1 year program, it is going to be 23, 24 lakhs. This is without any scholarships. But yes, after we offer some scholarships, it is going to be within the affordable budget and something which everyone can look at.
Okay.
So it will be around 15 to 18,000 Swiss franc.
Tuition fees, it would be somewhere around 20, 21,000 Swiss franc. And then we have the accommodation and everything. In total, I can see up to 20 lakhs is what we can offer the programs to every student.
Okay, I know.
And
fine.
that is inclusive of everything from stay, food, laundry,
accommodation,
everything.
Food, meals,
so everything. You don't have to worry, and all the accommodations are on our campus. So students don't have to, take a public transport to come from somewhere far to reach the campus. It is all on the same campus.
One of very interesting regarding this accommodation is, interesting question is,
sure.
Is there any sharing options which is available in other countries, like 4 people can stay in one room and then save the cost and all that things is available there, or you have to find it yourself?
See, it's again depending upon the program. If you are a bachelor student, first year you have to stay with us. First year you have to mandatorily stay with us on our campus, and that will be definitely on the sharing basis itself. 2 to 3 people sharing one big apartment, which would be having a separate kitchen, a separate washroom, and separate beds, of course, with a separate wardrobe. So that would be for 2 to 3 people on a sharing basis. Why we say first year is compulsory, not because we want to earn something from the students on the basis of accommodation, not because we want to restrict the students on the campus, it's because of the safety. It's a new country. They're all 12th pass out. We don't want them to be in any kind of trouble. They might just land up taking an accommodation digit or from the website or somewhere. They might just book an accommodation, pay. But when they arrive on the campus in the country, they figure out, oh, my accommodation is like 2 hours away from the campus. It's a lot of things that comes into picture, which is why we say first year you stay with us. Second and third year, you're free to move out. But again, I would say the students will not be able to manage an accommodation by themselves, not because they will not find it, they will find it very expensive. It's going to be very, very expensive in Switzerland if you go on to find an apartment by yourself. And especially when you're finding an apartment around the college itself, it will be very expensive, not less than 1,500 to 2,000 Swiss francs per month. And that is, again, just the accommodation, your food and everything else is separate. So you can imagine how much you'll be spending in 1 month. So ideally, when you have a 5-star accommodation, 5-star level accommodation on the campus itself, why not take it? Save your money.
Yes, true.
Once you earn your money, once you have a lot of money through our jobs and internship, you any which way you have to leave, you any which way have to vacate the accommodation, then you can take your accommodation and spend there. Why to spend the money unnecessarily when you just have to be there?
Right. And college is taking very good care of the students at
Absolutely.
quite a reasonable cost, I guess, because it is inclusive of accommodation, meals, everything. So
totally.
it's reasonable. Okay.
And
fine.
again, it would be for vegetarian students. I'm a pure vegetarian. I've been on the campus, and believe me, I have not faced even a single day. I have not faced that, oh, I'm not getting my vegetarian food. There is special food every day for vegetarians and non-vegetarians as well. There is no difficulties, and it is somehow every day is mixed with multiple cuisines. Someday it is Mexican, someday it is Indian, someday it is Italian. But yeah, believing a fact that you might not get the Indian curries, the Indian curry, dal, rice, and rotis and everything of that sort every day, because you're in an international environment. But yes, there would be days wherein you would get it for sure.
Fine. So said.
Yeah.
Information. Yes. So
yeah. Another question. What is the nearest intake? And in this COVID times, I mean, if that intake due to the government, flight problems, or we are not able to travel and other things, what is the plan? Online classes, or we wait for the things to start?
No, like I said, see, online classes is something which we are going to do it for culinary, and we are not going to charge students for that. We're not going to charge anyone for that. We're going to keep it free of cost. We don't want to make money from this, the current COVID situation of that sort. So this is going to come up, but like I said, online is not the permanent solution. We have to have a solution which is going to be more credible. And if the students are investing money, they should get something out of it. So when you ask the question about intakes for the same, when I say this, it's going to be credible. We have August, October, November, and January intake. A little bit of a doubt for Indian students, because the government is not sure if they will be starting the flights somewhere in August or September. But yes, it will short start off by August or first week of September. It is definitely going to start off. Domestic, it has already started. International is again going to start off very soon. So October, November, and January is what we can focus for all the Indian students. October for MBA, November and January for all the other programs.
Yeah, good. Okay.
We might as well shift August intake to September. So if students are applying for August intake, no problem. We'll defer the same application free of cost to the next intake, which could be September or November.
Okay. One question.
Okay, I have got one question.
Sure. Yeah,
I have got one question on my chat box. Okay, Mr. Prashant, after they getting into the placements, how long they can continue? Is there any limit on their working there, or can they extend, and if they can extend, how long? And what are the probabilities of their, any probabilities of getting PR after a number of years working there?
Yeah, you mean to ask in Switzerland?
Yes, in Switzerland or in whole Europe?
In whole Europe, see, every country has their own immigration system. So we cannot really, say that, okay, yes, you will get a PR in any country that you do. We don't want to really give false hope to anyone. For example, Switzerland has a very strict PR rule. You cannot apply for PR straight away in Switzerland when you enter. You need to contribute to the economy. You need to work in that country for around 6-7 years then you can apply for PR. Similar to US, similar to, for example, Greece also has this policy of 5 years work permit that you need to have. When you work for 5 years, then you go there and you can apply for PR. Every country has different immigration system.
Right, correct.
Question that you asked about the minimum tenure. Yes, that is something which we control. The minimum tenure that the students can expect their job to be for is going to be 18 months to 2 years.
Okay.
18 months to 2 years minimum contract, the students will be getting it. Sometimes in US, it is 1 to 1.5 years, because then H1 comes into picture there. So that again depends upon the employer. Depending upon countries and their immigration system, it varies. So I cannot really say that, okay, this country will have this one.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So you can extend it if they are having the full-time jobs in their hands, correct?
Oh, of course, most of the students, when it is our responsibility is to get the first career job to the student. We cannot, of course, being very honest, we cannot guarantee the life of the student, but we can definitely guarantee you your first career job, which would be amazing for you to start your career. And then, of course, it is upon your performance. When you're performing, the same company is going to retain you. They don't want to invest again in the 6 months of training for a new employee, 6 months of investment in training. Everybody wants to retain their employees.
True.
So having said that, it is going to be extended if they're
right. So yes. So
can I go ahead with the other question?
Please.
Yeah. What are
yes, please go to the next question.
Yeah. What are the stay back options after the studies in Switzerland? PR is possible. IELTS is mandatory. I mean, almost all the things are answered, but still in short, if you can.
PR is not possible.
Already answered.
PR is something which they need around 7-8 years. Like I said, IELTS is mandatory after COVID. In this COVID situation, we can waive off the IELTS. We can just accept a medium of instruction letter from the college, on the letterhead of the college, on whichever school or college they are passing out from. Get us the medium of instruction letter. We'll use that instead of IELTS, and we'll get the visas.
Yeah. This medium of instruction letter, will it create problem during the visa, or it will be accepted if it is, suppose you are telling that the flights will be starting by September or something like that, August, September?
No, that is what I said. If they are not able to get the IELTS, if they are not able to give IELTS, right now they can, in the near future, by July, I'm assuming, IELTS, if they don't open up their centers, they will open up the online IELTS exam. So if they take an online IELTS, they'll still have the scores. But in the worst case scenario, if they're not able to take IELTS, give us the letters. Give us the medium of instruction letter. So, it will not hamper visa.
Will not hamper visa.
No. In this case only, in the worst condition only. Otherwise, in all the normal or semi-normal conditions, they will expect IELTS at least for the visa lodgement, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So visa lodgement ke liye IELTS will be required.
I would always say, whenever you're going to an international country, always take an IELTS. Even if it is not mandatory, I say it to every student, and I will say it here on the call also. Take IELTS, because the embassy, the employer, later on when you go to give the job interview as well, if you present your IELTS certificate as well, they know that you're capable of surviving in the country. You might be a good speaker, but you might not be a good, you might not be so well in written English. You might not be so good in, listening skills. So when they see an IELTS certificate, they understand that, okay, the student is capable enough for everything. That's why they make it mandatory in the embassy. And also it is going to create a good impact in the job interview as well.
Yeah. Okay. Then one from Mr. Sumit. Age limit for the master course.
For MBA, we have around, we can accept students for around 33, 34 years. Like I said, 2-3 years work experience is required, so we can accept some, over the age limit, but nothing beyond 35 for MBA or masters. For masters, good if we restrict it to 28, 29, 30, because the students in the classroom will be freshers. We don't want the experience holder to be in the master's lecture and be uncomfortable. So what is he doing in the batch of freshers? That's why we keep age restrictions and segregations for different programs.
Okay. And how many backlogs accepted?
Backlogs, all the backlogs have to be cleared before you go for the visa entry.
Yes, but then if there are all backlogs are cleared,
yes.
But if the number of backlogs, are they
that
checking,
is
or is there any limit?
No, that is not a problem. Just that before your visas, all the backlogs have to be cleared, no matter how many you have. You might have flunked in all the exams, but if you clear out your backlogs, you can definitely go for the visa.
Okay. Is the IELTS indicator accepted for visa?
No, IELTS, either the exam or the MOI letter is accepted.
Okay, not indicator.
Fuel input test, these are still not accepted by Switzerland. Switzerland, that's why they are very safe, because they are very strict in their rules and regulations. They don't just allow immigrations or migrants to enter the country. They are really strict in these cases. That's why they are giving an opportunity and the substitute, what is available in the form of MOI letter. Otherwise, they are very strict on IELTS.
Yeah, what is the COVID situation there in Switzerland at present? If the students are still there in your campus, are they able to work because of the lockdown? I mean, are they getting any internship salaries?
I'm really thankful to the person who sent this question, and to you as well to bring up this question. I really wanted to talk about this, the COVID situation in Switzerland. In Switzerland, you can read the articles as well on Google as well. Just Google Switzerland corona cases, you'll find it. There were around 33,000 cases, out of which 95% have recovered. There has been around 1,500 cases as death, and few thousand, 1,000 or 2,000 cases are there in the hospital. Rest, everyone has recovered. Switzerland started opening up from 27th April. The first phase of Switzerland lockdown was lifted on 27th April, which was successful. They opened up second phase in May 11th. The third phase is due to open up on 8th of June. 8th of June, Switzerland is going to open up completely. All the classes, all the colleges, all the centers, the churches, the cinema halls, sports centers, everything that you see in the country will be opened in Switzerland from 8th of June. That is the current update about Switzerland. Coming to my students' case in Switzerland. Believe me, I had written an email to all my Indian students who were there on the campus, and I wrote an open letter to all the students, and I told them, if anyone wants to come back to India, they can absolutely feel free to write back to us. We will arrange for the flight and we'll get them come back to India. 90% of the students, there were just 2 students who came back to Bombay. All the other students, they straight away wrote an email back to me and said, sir, we really feel more safe here on the campus of Lucerne, of BHMS. We feel very safe here. Everything is perfectly organized. We have the safety precautions in the restaurants that we have, the college restaurant that we have on the campus. We are maintaining social distancing. Touch wood, we don't have even a single case on the campus on all our 4 campuses that we have. Not even a single corona case till now. Okay. And we are managing it very, very beautifully. My students are roaming around in the city as well, Indian students. I have a video, I can maybe share it with you in the later period of time. I will share it with you. That student is roaming around freely without mask.
Okay. So that is a very satisfying answer.
So Prashant, you are saying that 8 June Switzerland is opening up, correct?
Sorry?
8 June Switzerland is opening up, correct?
Absolutely. 8 June is.
You are saying that 8 June Switzerland is opening. Fine.
Yes. 8th June is what they have given.
Okay, Rajesh, Mr. Rajesh, please.
Final date, and the embassy is going to open up here in India.
Okay.
The embassy is opening up on 22nd of June.
Fine. Okay. Very good. Okay, so Mr. Rajesh, you can please go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. Now just check, Mr. Prashant, in your chat box, because you were a co-host, somebody must have written it to you.
Somehow I'm just not able to open this chat box.
Oh, okay.
Or something, I don't know.
No problem.
Can I share my screen so that we can go on a...
If you can share the screen.
Can I share my screen?
Please.
Prashant, can I share my screen?
Yes, please share the screen.
Okay. Fine. So Rajesh sir, we can go ahead with our...
Yeah. Amita ma'am, you please go ahead with your introduction.
Go ahead with our remaining session.
There is some internet problem. You are hearing the sound later, I think so. You can go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, let me thank Mr. Prashant for having such a wonderful session and insights about the BHMS school. has been really very, very informative, and I'm sure students must have liked it. And those who will watch this video later on also on our Facebook Live, they will definitely appreciate it, because the details and the probabilities are very promising, and students can definitely craft their career ahead, keeping BHMS in their agenda or in their mind very positively. So if we look at our help and assistance, friends, what we can do is we can give you all these services while coordinating you for for your study plans and study abroad plans. So we will counsel you. Already the counseling has been done, but if there are any questions, any queries, any doubts, anxieties, you can contact our team. The contact details we are sharing at the end of this slide. And then we are giving all these services right from entry to enrollment. We call it entry to enrollment, or we call it inquiry to enrollment. So the whole journey is not like, there are many things involved in the whole process. So we will be taking care of each and at every stage. And you will know that how professionally and how systematically you are getting each details on your emails at proper stages and at proper timings. Also regarding the funds and all, we can arrange for an education loan mainly from SBI and also from other banks as well, and from other institutions also. For IELTS and PT training, we are having our training center. And let me give you a very good information about AIMSA Total, one software which we are having, which we have launched recently, AIMSA Total, where you can have your IELTS training at a very convenient time, anytime, anywhere, 24/7 available software from your very comforts of your home, right? And this is a very user-friendly interface, a very user-friendly software. So Mr. Prashant, I also recommend you that you can suggest and recommend this to other students. This can be taken from anywhere in the globe. And it is having very good grammatical components plus live sessions. 250 plus live sessions are involved. There are different four different slots for the live sessions during the week, maybe 4 or 5 days. Also, there are speaking sessions, and speaking is being taken by the ex-evaluator of British Council. Then there are many sectional tests, many mock tests. So students will be having a complete training software for IELTS, and they have really liked. There has been a very good response for this software, and we call it AIMSA Total. We have launched it recently. So whatever is IELTS requires, we have all these things in AIMSA Total. And there are different features. So currently there are two types of the software available or packages available. One is with live classes, another is without live classes. So light pack will be without live classes. So that is original price is 7,500. But now we are offering it at 4,000 due to COVID, and mainly due to COVID and for launch price. And the premium pack will have the live classes at different intervals. And by chance, any chance, if you miss out the schedules of live chances, you can go for the archive recordings also. If you approach my team member, she will be explaining you about how this software works. She will be giving you a trial view and the demo view of the whole package. So you can take out some time, and she will definitely be available for the demo view. So the premium pack with live packages is actually original price is 9,000, but now we are offering it at 6,000 rupees. Now this offer is available up to 15th July. This offer is available up to 15th July. And the validity of the software with your independent login ID will be 3 months. So what we suggest you during this time, critical time, when you are all working from home, you can at least get equipped yourself with the IELTS, with this IELTS preparation through our software AIMSA Total. And then you can appear for the test when the centers start to take the test. And as you all know, IELTS is valid for 2 years, right? So you can definitely start your planning, but the first and mandatory step towards your planning will be IELTS. And we suggest you to start this planning right now at your convenience, which will be completely at your comfort levels. The offer is valid up to 15 July. I repeat. Okay, now these are our proud achievers. As you can see, we have PTE centers also and IELTS training programs also. So PTE, as you know, it is out of 90 marks, and we can take the privilege where our one student has scored 90 out of 90 in all the modules. We can take the privilege, and many students have scored 80 plus, as you can see in the chart. And the same way IELTS, the maximum bands is 8.5 out of 9. Usually students will get 8.5 as the maximum band, and we have got some few students who are having 8.5 bands. Many students have scored 8 who have taken the training from us. 7.5 is also quite common through our training. So we suggest you and we request you that you can take the advantage of this feature and training we are offering. Same thing again, our services, the loan facility, the training center, the training guidance and assistance, everything is being given by us, right? You can contact our team members on these numbers as it is mentioned here. The email also is there, so you can inquire through inquiry email ID. We are also available on social media, and you can definitely approach us at any time, and our team will be ready to assist you, to guide you, and we are here to take you ahead, to connect your dreams to reality, as our logo says. Okay, and now we thank you for your presence, for your participation, for your patience to hear us and to raise your doubts and to, take all the inputs from Mr. Prashant, a very good, very informative and very worthy inputs regarding BHMS. And I'm sure everybody will be interested for their plans, and we look forward to hearing from you all soon. Again, I thank my team for arranging this webinar and being, completely 24/7. They are after this job and they are completely involved in arranging and managing this thing. This is also available. The whole session is also available on our Facebook. So you can see our Facebook live video anytime. And once again, thank you very much, Prashant. So see you again, and thanks a million. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much to your entire team and to all the attendees again. And I hope to have more questions coming up. Definitely, this is not the right time to immediately decide. You might take some time, but yes, you might start planning your future. Do not get worried. Do not get worried about the current situation. No damage can happen in India for a long time. No virus, no terrorist can remain in India for a long time.
Very true. Well said. Well said. And you are giving a very good assurance to the students and to all the listeners. This is a very good assurance coming in from, it's a consolation, a great feeling hearing this.
This country is very strong and we are all fighting against it. Do not get discouraged or any kind of, do not keep any insecurities in your mind. Be prepared, keep planning your future. Come back with your questions to Team AM Study Abroad. They will help you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Mr. Rajesh.
Yes. Thank you. And
thank you all.
As rightly,
and stay safe.
Yes.
Take care and stay safe. Yes.
As rightly said by Prashant, actually, we are going to live with this. This virus, if it is there also, it is not going to go easily. Let it be. We'll live with it, and everybody will take a social distancing norm and whatever care they have to take. But yes, the work and the education and whatever things, all the activities will start once we go through a certain period and live a normal life. So
I would say
hope for the best.
We have learned to live with HIV. We have learned to live with Ebola. We've learned to live with dengue. We don't have vaccines for that. Similarly, for this, just because it's a new virus, we're all scared, but we should not be scared. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. Please take care.
Okay,
Thank you, Rajesh.
With this good message, we end the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.